Hello, thank you for joining me again on my channel. And today is 4 days to go to the Health and Care Worker visa. Hope you're ready. If you are, fantastic. If you're not, you still have lots of time to prepare. And today I want to talk to you about the job. So obviously 4 days to go. And some of you are wondering, is this job really for me? Is the care worker role really for me? To be honest, everyone is different and you know your abilities and what you're capable of doing. It is a rewarding role, like I've told you in some of my previous videos. It is very much so a rewarding one. However, you have to be the right person for the job. It can be demanding, it is a demanding vocation, and you need to be quite flexible, be able to learn, open to learn new things. You have to think about the settings. So I promised you I would explain a few of the settings that you will find yourself in. There are so many settings. There's a varied role, varied settings. So obviously, the obvious one you think about when you say healthcare assistant or care worker will probably be in the hospitals. And of course, the hospitals have several departments. So if you think about the medical wards, some are specific, some are care of the elderly, others might be dedicated to a particular type of illness like cancer, and others might be clinics, so the outpatients departments. So your times will be different, the working pattern different, the roles you have to carry out are different, and you, like I said, you'll be trained in them. Some of you will be given more opportunity to grow quite quickly, so specialized roles. You have phlebotomy, so some of the clinicians will be training you. You'll be taking on training for how to take blood, and that usually will mean you're moving up to the more senior role, like the senior healthcare assistants. So there will be, just be open to your environment, to change, to learning new things. And by all means, it all depends on you if you want to do the job. You don't have to do the job. And there are many other things you could be doing in many other places, your home country, here and all over the world. There's so many things you could be doing and you could work towards them. But this is one of that routes that we say is open right now. The United Kingdom is asking for care workers, and if you are interested and you are doing the right thing, you're planning, you're the right person for the job, then by all means give it a go. But if you're having doubts and misgivings, then it's quite important that you get more information and not necessarily go into something that you're not prepared for. For example, working as a live-in carer, you will be in people's homes, and everything that individual does is what you will assist in. You will support them in doing everything they do, from personal care, obviously, from when they wake up, the bathing, the dressing, and of course their nutrition, having something to eat. You'll probably be doing the cooking for them or with them. You'll do the shopping. You'll be running the home, as it were, if you were doing live-in care. So you have to think that if you're that sort of person that you can, live in that sort of situation and give care and actually have that is your job. Also remember that there might be the family members, like I said, so that there have been instances of, what I would call maybe clashes, as it were. So it might be that you are focused on your patient, however the family members are not necessarily as agreeable as you'd want them to be. You have to be that sociable person, accommodating person. The communication needs to be on point, the professionalism needs to be on point. So you're in someone's home, you have to have the boundaries as well. So these are things you need to think about if you'll be able to do that sort of role. Because the job, for me, I personally would say, the healthcare industry, the job of care, there's so many spokes, there's so many ways you can go into different career path. So have a good read on the website about the career path to take. When you get here, you can speak with your nurse educator, most wards have them, and you can decide where in that hospital you might want to move. Perhaps you've got interest in radiology, you've got interest in surgical wards. Everyone's different. It might be something that you have to really, really think about, take that time. And be it the hospital, or the care home, or whatever, you need to also understand that you'll be coming into contact with things that are clinical. So you'll be trained for your role, but also you should understand that there will be things like disposal of waste, bodily fluids. So I've had a few conversations with persons who wanted to know a bit more about that. They want to go out and get more training in their home country. They're thinking of applying for a job there, working and getting some experience, but they just want to talk to somebody about it. And I'm saying to them, okay, this is the thing. So the truth is, we're going to say it as it is. There's a lot you'll be doing, from, of course, taking care of the patient, but also humans have bodily fluids. So if you're thinking about wound care, you're having to clean a wound, dress it, and assist the nurses, disposing of used bandages, soil, the bedding, clothing, disposing of the urinary catheter bag. There is a lot. Some of you say, oh my word, I don't like blood. Think about it, okay? Because you will come into contact with things like this. So you have to take that time. I'm just trying to get your mind working, because some of the questions you're asking me, say, just please explain a bit more to me. I'm really keen on taking this job role. I've seen somewhere where there's an opportunity to come and work, and I'm thinking of applying for the job there, first of all, for coming. And I said, it is a good idea. Perhaps try it at home first of all, before you decide to come this way. But also, you know, asking me those questions, the truth of the matter is, try to speak to maybe the nurses, the clinicians around you. They might be able to also help you and explain these things to you. But you will be coming in contact with a lot of that. So somebody with a weak stomach, as we'll say, or weak disposition towards, you know, bodily fluids, vomitors, you don't want to see things like that coming out of somebody else. This is the time for you to think, okay? 4 days to go. Think about it. Is this really for you? Because I do know a few contacts that have said, well, actually, I don't think I'll be doing that after all. So there's no harm in that if that's not for you. But I can assure you that really and truly there is a career path, and there are different spokes you could be going to. I mean, I did the care work, you know, postmaster's degree in something else entirely, my communication, and then I was doing this job, and I decided actually I'll take it a bit further, and I did more study. And before that, I went into different settings. I moved from different departments. I had a taste of what it was like, and I was thinking to myself, perhaps this is the other way I intend to go, and then I pursued it. So you can write out a pathway for yourself. Just draw up a map and follow that map. Thinking of going up in the bands, so obviously you're coming in as a level 2, you want to go to a level 3. Your department can support you on study days for training to try and get your NVQ 3 if you don't already have that. And then the 4 and 5, it goes up like that. Care home manager sometimes are band 5s, even band 4s. When I started, my manager was a band 4, so, and then went up to her band 5, and that also. I did think about that, you know, staying on it somewhere, a setting like that. But I thought quickly, no, actually, I will be going into nursing and moving up. And today, of course, I'm a clinical research nurse, and it means that, you know, you can decide to start from there. I'm saying it for a very good reason, and some of you, or a few of you who've had that conversation with me, will recognize why I'm having this conversation. And I have seen a few comments elsewhere suggesting that, you know, this job is beneath certain people. I don't think any job is beneath any person, all right? Nothing is beneath anyone. That you're given care is quite a laudable thing to do. It's quite an honorable thing to do, but it's also a very rewarding thing to do. So if it's not for you, that is quite all right. But if you think that you can do this job, by all means, get more study, get more exposure, get more information, and just go and try it out. Try it out first of all. Yes, it is a very good idea, because I keep getting the same question. Should I go and work somewhere first of all? If you have the time, yes, I would say do that. That will really help and show you the path you would like to follow. So of course, remember the shift patterns I talked about in my previous video. Try and see that one that was talking about the role of the care worker. So the night shifts, working on Sundays. For some of you, that's a red line. You won't want to work on a Sunday. If you're rotating on a Sunday, what are you going to do? So the night shifts, the different patterns, the short days, the long days. You might prefer to do a full, a full day, but you're being given a half day and it's all broken down. You need to understand there's a shift pattern. So these are the things that have to come into your mind when you sit down and you make your decision. And another question I get asked a lot is about, I hear that, people pass away. I've never seen, a dead body. What am I expected to, it is a bit of a morbid subject, but in this sector, you will come across things like that, because clearly you're caring for sick people, people who are feeling quite poorly, and they at some point might come to the end of their life. Don't forget, elderly care is a very huge part of this sector as well. So the care of the elderly, the population in England is in Britain as a whole is quite significant. So chances are you will be coming across elderly people, people at the end stage of their lives, be it due to illness, disease, or it could be just the aging process. At some point, people pass away and they have their family, so you have to think about the family members and their dying wishes and how they want their care to be at the end stage of life, the end of life care. And so yes, you will be assisting on the ward, in the care home especially, actually, because that is a more intimate setting. So you're usually a family, as they like to say in the care homes, a family of nurses or care workers, and everyone pitches in. People even, sometimes I've worked in care homes back in the days where we did the cooking. So you didn't have a chef, you didn't have the cook. Sometimes you did, and some days when they were off, we would pitch in, and the menu was such that we, the care workers, 2 or 3 of us would be the ones to put, just rustle something up for the residents. And we would prepare the breakfast tray. We would do everything, and some of us would also help out with the laundry. So it's a bit more intimate in the care homes. And when someone passes away, it's quite a very somber process, and it can be quite tasking on the emotions. So you have to think about that as well, because this has come up yet again quite recently. And I thought, yes, if more people are, keep thinking about this, and then it's something you really need to go and ask yourself questions about. Will you be able to do this sort of thing? Will you be able to aid in caring for the body? So would you be able to do the end of life care? There is a process, and there's a care plan, and all these things are written out, and you'll know what to do when the doctors come, when they leave, who's left with them, and how to give them that dignity in the final stages. And of course, after they're gone, that dignity will continue. You respect them and respect their family's wishes. So quite a lot for you to think about. Yes, 4 days to go, that is true. By all means, try and get rid of the anxiety. It's an exciting time. Don't get anxious about it. You don't have to do the job, okay? But if you really do want to, there's a lot of support out there. Go to the NHS website. There's a lot of support from the NHS itself. You can type these topics down. You can talk about end of life care and put UK NHS. These things will come up. Read about it, get some more information if that's what's really concerning you. Things like this, talking about caring for the individual, disposing of bodily fluids, soiled garments, etc., health and safety. Have a look into it. All right, but by all means, you will always be trained in your job. I do wish you the best. Okay. Yes, we'll have some more discussions as we lead up to the day, and hopefully everything goes well for you. And I'm going to speak about, someone's been asking, well, I keep saying someone, quite a few of you have been asking about, updated information about those who are recruiting. To a large extent, remember what I said, is a fluid situation. Every day is changing. It's a fluid situation. Okay, so what might be applicable today, you come back in 2 days' time and that place is saturated, and they don't want anybody else. So we'll talk about that next. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share as well. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Yes, yeah, bye.